Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining today's conference call and webinar. My name is Tyson Mavar. I'm a retirement specialist with the Retirement Group here in Texas. Today, we're going to talk about some important retirement considerations for somebody approaching their transition from their corporation and some of the biggest mistakes that we at the Retirement Group have seen people make in approaching and transitioning into retirement. So first of all, for those of you that aren't as familiar with us, the Retirement Group is an independent financial planning organization that focuses on assisting corporate employees in planning for and transitioning into retirement, and we manage retirement assets for individuals and families. We're not affiliated with any of the companies whose employees we help through this process, but each one of our advisors focuses on just a few companies so as not to dilute our focus away from the issues that are important to the clients that we want to help through their retirement. So we do this through a value approach to investing. We use Charles Schwab as a custodian. Our clients keep their money at Schwab, and we help them throughout their retirement. But we also help people make sure they don't make any mistakes in their transition into retirement. And today we're going to talk about some of the mistakes that we've seen over the years in assisting people with their retirement decision making. The biggest mistake that we've seen people make over the years is picking the wrong day to retire. And now, as many of you are probably realizing, this year there's been a lot of downsizing for a lot of companies. We've had issues in the economy, we've had a pandemic, we've had issues in the oil and gas sector. We've had a lot of issues come up in the economy this year, and unfortunately that has resulted in a reduction in force for many companies. So unfortunately we don't always get to choose our retirement date, but whenever that happens, we're working with a lot of people right now that were forced to leave their company, but they're not sure whether or not they need to go back to work. So one thing we do is run a cash flow analysis to figure out if you do need to go back to work, number one, and how much do you need to make and for how long do you need to work to have a sustainable retirement plan. So picking the wrong time to leave. We also see people, because typically they don't understand their benefits plans, maybe their pension is changing because of interest rates. They leave at the wrong time and they leave money on the table. So that's something we want to help our individuals that we work with in the retirement planning process avoid, is picking the wrong day to leave. We also have some people just retire too early because they didn't understand how much they needed, which brings me to the second mistake, is misunderstanding the expenses of retirement. Typically when we bring a client on, we do a detailed budget analysis to figure out what their current expenses are, and then what will likely change in those expenses as they enter into retirement and then later in life. Now, the further along that we're trying to project, the more difficult it is, because a lot can happen. Your lifestyle may change in retirement. You may have an unforeseen medical expense come up. You may be relied upon by family members or friends. And so there's a lot of guessing when it comes to putting together a retirement plan. So we always try to stress test the plan and plan for more of a worst case scenario. But part of that is understanding that expenses do go up over time on most goods and services in the United States, especially for a retiree when it comes to medical expenses. And that's one thing that when our cash flow analysis we will try to project, is what is the rising cost of living throughout retirement. If you need $5,000 after taxes today, you may need closer to about $10,000 after taxes per month 25 years down the road. And so we don't want to discount that when we're looking at our retirement plan and figuring out how much money we need to save and when's the best time to retire. Third big mistake that we see people making when it comes to their retirement plans is not understanding their company benefits and leaving money on the table as a result. So many of you know, Retirement Group, one of our primary value propositions is knowing everything there is to know about your company's retirement process, so you can feel confident that you're not going to make any of these big mistakes. You're not going to leave tens of thousands of dollars on the table in your pension, or you're not going to not take advantage of the medical insurance options. And also that you're going to work to the day that makes you eligible for a lot of these benefits. So we want to make sure we understand all these things. And whoever you are, if you're on this call today, chances are we have an advisor that focuses on your company's benefits plans, and we're thrilled to help you with this, whether or not you're a client yet. Another very big mistake that retirees make when it comes to putting together their retirement plan is not getting the right help. So maybe it's choosing the wrong advisor, not putting their due diligence into the process of shopping around for an advisor. We have some people that maybe it's an effort to save money, try to do everything on their own. But the decision making is a lot different when you're in retirement than it was when you were working. So the investment allocation is often different. Remember, you're sort of like a business in your retirement. Now you have this constant cash flow need because you no longer have a paycheck. So where's the money coming from? What investments are appropriate? Which investments should you sell to produce that paycheck every month or twice a month, however frequently you're taking money out of your retirement plan? And when to take Social Security. There's all these different variables and moving parts that we want to make sure that we understand. And whoever it is that you work with, retirement group's not right for everybody. And every advisor has different specialties. So you want to make sure that if you are asking for help and hiring somebody to help you through this process and confirm that you're not going to run out of money, make sure you understand what they're charging you, what the cost is, and what value they're bringing to the table. Most people are looking for good communication, a reasonable cost, good track record of performance. And what we encourage people to look for is somebody that has helped somebody in your same shoes through this process. So maybe some references of people that have retired from your company that they've helped and that they've been around a while. That's typically what people are looking for. So choosing the right help is another big one. And last on the list, one of the biggest common mistakes is overpaying in taxes. That's one area that a lot of advisors don't even touch when it comes to advising people on their investments and their retirement plans. So one thing the retirement group does in our cash flow analysis is understand, first of all, how do we make sure you don't pay any penalties or do the best job possible at minimizing the penalties that you pay when accessing your money. And then we can, through the cash flow analysis, put a plan together that minimizes not just this year's tax bill, but your lifetime tax bill. Sometimes that means paying taxes up front. Sometimes that means utilizing a Roth IRA or a Roth conversion. Sometimes that means utilizing a strategy known as net unrealized appreciation. 72T is a common one for some of our clients that leave before 59.5, post 55 distributions. There's a lot of special tax rules and strategies that go with them that sometimes not even CPAs are aware of, and many financial advisors, unless they specialize in retirement income planning, are not going to be able to help you with. So make sure when you're looking for an advisor that they will help you on the tax side, that they have a good track record, that they'll put a cash flow analysis together for you and not charge you for it, because there's a handful of advisory groups out there that will do the same, put together a comprehensive plan together for you. And in an effort to get to know you, we don't charge anything for that. And we hope that at the end of the day, you get some value in it. It improves your retirement plan success rate. And all we ask is that in doing that exercise, that you help us grow our business and recommend some of your coworkers talk to us as well. So those are some of the biggest mistakes that we run into when we're working with clients and helping people approach their eventual transition from their company, whenever that might be. If you'd like to request the brochure that we have on the 5 most common mistakes, if you'd like us to get the budget analysis worksheet out to you, or if you'd like to have us put that cash flow analysis together for you, we can be reached here at the home office at 800-900-5867. That's 800-900-5867. You can also reach us via email at info@theretirementgroup.com. That's info@theretirementgroup.com. We'll be happy to help you out in any way that we possibly can. We appreciate everybody joining our conference call and webinar this afternoon. Everybody have a wonderful and safe weekend, and we hope to talk to you all very soon. Thanks again.